My name's Danny Jones. I'm from the Lexington CMC, and I'm a load operator. And what I want to do is kind of go through what we're required to do to be a load operator and to check everything that's going on with the loader before you get in it and operate it. First of all, you want to check the tires. Make sure there's no pieces missing out of the tire, because being on the strap yard, you're running over metal all day long. Stuff like that does happen. We got a piece of metal here, so it's a small piece. That's not that big of a deal, but if it's anything bigger than that, you need to get it pulled out of there somewhere down at the shop. And you check the lug nuts. Make sure all of them are on there. None are missing. And you just look over the equipment before you actually get in it and operate it. This here is the transmission fluid. Now, it's up high. It looks high, but once you start the machine up, it'll go down just a bit. You got your grease fill right here. Now, some of the loaders is manual grease, but this is a newer loader, so it's automatic greaser. I love it myself, but that's what we got on the newer loaders. And that's the transmission feel, but this here is the hydraulic fluid feel. And where it's at now is where it's supposed to be. If it gets lower than that, you need to see your mechanic, the guys that works on the loaders, and get him to fill it, because there's different fluids goes in each one of those fields. We'll walk on around here, and you got another thing I want to mention is you got to make sure you keep all this area clean. Every day after the shift, we clean our loaders, and it's required to do, because if not, it won't operate the way it's supposed to. All your pivot points up here need to be clean from debris and everything. Sometimes you'll get stuff down in there, and you got to clean it out, because what happens is if you don't clean it, then the loader don't weigh up right. It'll throw the scales off. It really makes a difference. And it also helps you got your bearings and all that stuff. If you leave it built up, then the dirt and everything will find its way in there. Some way or another, it'll get in there, and it'll ruin the machine after a while. And you come on around and you check your blades on your bucket and make sure there's no bolts missing. And make sure it's out where if this blade gets wore down, it ruins the bucket. Then you got to replace the bucket. You don't want to have to do that. You want to let the maintenance guys, not the maintenance guy, but the mechanics know. The loader guys that works on the loaders, let them know when that wears out. All you got to do is just log it. On this side of the loader, now you see your grease fittings and everything. Every day you should check and make sure there's none of them broke or anything is missing, because what happens is if you got a grease fitting that's broke, it can no longer grease your bearing. Of course, you should know that, but if you're a loader operator, but over a period of time, your bucket will start making a noise, and what's happening is the bearing's not getting greased. And that's no good for the machine. And we're walking on around the machine, and you just step back and take a look at it before you actually get in it and operate it, and make sure there's no bent fenders, there's no property damage to the loader. You look under the loader, make sure there's no fluids leaking and everything, because if there's a pole under the loader, you got a leak somewhere. You may not see it, but there's a leak somewhere. You got to get it to the shop. and you walk on around here. Now you need to make sure at all times that you know all your checkpoints, what you need to check. Now you got to open this up here, and you got to lock. Once you push it all the way back, it'll lock. You open your gate up, open your hood up. I say gate, but I meant to say hood. And you got your fuel goes here, and your DF goes here. The rule that I follow is I never open both of them at the same time. Now you say, well, hey, you can't make a mistake doing that. What if you got something on your mind, whatever's going on with you, and you got both of those open, you'll feel the wrong one sometimes. You can't do that. You'll ruin the machine if you do. But that's the fuel, and that's the DF. Then you got your radiator and everything, and every day after shift, you got to blow the radiators out. And you can't, just blowing it out right there is no good. You open it, and you blow the radiator out from the inside, and you just work your way out. And whatever you do, never take the water hose and spray those radiators out. If you do, you're going to clog it up. It may take 6 months, it may take a year, but it'll clog that radiator up over a period of time. I'm going to close it back up, but you got a latch here that locks it. Once you open it, you just push it up, close it back. Close it down. Make sure it's latched. Close that up, and you walk around. Then you check the outside of the loader. Now I'm gonna climb up inside the loader and show you what I do. When you always make sure you got your 3-point stand, your 3-point of contact when you getting in a loader. You take one step at a time. Never be in a hurry. Just take your time. Get up in your loader. I got my log book here. And just take a seat. First thing you do is you put your name, your loader number, and date. And you put the hours that the loader have on it. That's the first thing you do when you get in the loader. Okay, after you do all that, you actually start the loader up. Okay, once you start the loader up, you check your horn. Both horns are working. All right, you got your parking brake on, and make sure you put your seatbelt on. Now I got myself strapped in. Now I'm all ready to go. So what I do is I normally pull my steering wheel back, and you check your bucket, make sure everything's working. Another thing that we need to make sure your backup alarm is working, and all you got to do is just pull it back, and it'll come on. You'll hear it beeping, because you got, that's good. And one other thing you got to do is make sure you check your fire extinguisher. Make sure it's secure and it's ready to go. I think that's pretty much it for the video. My name's Danny Jones, and thank you for watching. And be safe. Always be safe. Be aware of your surroundings. Wherever you at, whatever you're doing, know what's going on at all times. And I say it again, be safe, please.